I went to Jasmine's wedding. And I was going to say this person's wedding, but no, it was fucking Jasmine's, and she just, like, boozed it up. Like, she had, like, just a crazy bar situation at her wedding. It was great. Like, I literally had to be, like, poured into an Uber later. I was so drunk, but I was in the bathroom, and I just found a lipstick on the floor, and I was like, love this shade. Just put it the fuck on, and then popped it in my purse and took it with me. And I was like, I don't know who this person is that I become when I'm drunk. Like, I just pick up bathroom floor lipstick and apply it and then walk out like I've done nothing wrong. And so, you know.
I love it so much. So this is going to be a great intro for this next episode.
Good. Really give them a sense of who I am.
All right, y'all. I have a guest today, my dear friend Hillary, the one I sobered up for the other. I'm not doing that part. I just copied and pasted, so here we are.
I was like, I thought we just did this.
We sure did. So, yes, I have on Hillary again, and you've seen the first episode by now, and if not, then go watch it. But if you don't know, then hillaryrheath is a writer, director, comedian, and producer based in Atlanta. And I wanted to ask you about your comedy. So, you can find Hillary on stage performing stand-up across... already getting drunk.
Oh my God, you've had like 4 sips of wine.
I know, so it's more nerves then.
Wait.
You can find Hillary on stage performing stand-up comedy across the Southeast. So, what got you into stand-up?
So I have always loved stand-up comedy, and I think I honestly get it from my mom because she and I would watch it all the time when I was growing up. Like, I remember watching Last Comic Standing, like, from the very beginning with her. And, like, we went and saw stand-up in Maine. Like, it was, like, we went and saw, like, somebody in, like, this, like, lodge. Or it was so random, but I was, like, very young, and I loved it. And, like, I remember finding an old, like, Emo Phillips VHS. It's okay if you don't know who he is. Okay. Like, nowadays he would be very problematic, but he was one of the introductions to me watching stand-up, and I, like, found this VHS. I really shouldn't have watched it. All his jokes were, like, pedophile jokes.
Okay.
And, like, random stuff. It's very dark and alt, and it was great, and I loved it.
I love that.
I loved it so much, but I found this VHS at, like, my aunt's house or something and watched it one day on, like, a rainy day, and, yeah, I always remember just being obsessed with stand-up comedy and, like, really enjoying it. And, like, I just never thought to try it because it seemed really hard. And, like, terrifying. Like, there's not a lot of, like, explanation of how to do it and how to write a joke. And it's, like, it seems very foreign. Even if you write scripts and stuff, like, stand-up still just seems so foreign from you. And, while I was doing sketch, Blair Erskine, who was on another sketch team called Unladylike, she ended up starting stand-up, and I was like, oh my God, what's your secret? You're so good. And she was like, I took this class called laughlab comedy with Lace Larrabee, and she was like, it was so good, like, you should definitely take it. And so I signed up, like, immediately after that, and, like, I made a bunch of friends sign up with me, and I was so nervous, and I remember going in and just, like, from the first day, she made us get up on stage and do, like, 3 minutes just about ourselves and, like, get up there and try to tell jokes about who you are.
It's
and,
kind
like,
of a good way to start off.
Yeah, but it was so freeing because it was all women, and so, like, there was no one there to, like, police your jokes or tell you that your jokes about womanhood weren't funny, because that's the other thing is, like, it seems like a lot of pressure to stand up in front of men, and then, because it is a very male-dominated industry. Mm-hmm. It is very male-dominated, and, like, as well-meaning as they are, men love to give you feedback on your jokes that, you don't really need. Like,
it's like I'm a professional, baby.
I promise I know the experience that I'm talking about, but, so it's intimidating to start, and, like, Lace's class just, like, busted all that out of the water, and it ended with a 5-minute set. And I got up there and I have never felt more alive. It was just incredible. It was such a great feeling. I, like, went to an open mic, like, the next day.
Oh,
like,
wow, okay.
I loved it. And so I've been doing it ever since. So I think, like, 2 or 3 years now. I don't remember. I don't remember.
So for someone starting out in comedy, and so you took the class, and then one of the main routes really are the open mic nights that you go to, right?
Yeah, and, like, you don't have to take a class, obviously, to do it. It's just, look for your local open mics. You can do a Google search, and they're pretty easy to find most of the time. And
are they terrifying?
Kind of, but also it's, like, you're kind of earning your stripes a little bit. Like, they're hard because there's no real audience at an open mic. It's normally just comics working out bits in front of other comics. So, you learn to judge a lot off like a, or like it's like you don't get a laugh. You get like a head nod. And you're like, oh, that was a killer. Yes, they loved it. And so, like, but, the more you go, like, the more people start to respect you, just if they keep seeing you out. And it's like anything, the more you do it, the better you're going to get. And the more the people who are, the pros that are there watching you every night just stumble over your words are going to respect you if you keep trying. So it's very fair at the end of the day. Everybody sort of earns their stripes. It's got its problems like anything else, but it's fun. It's fun if you have the backbone for it.
Personally, I would get into comedy and I would take Lisa's class, except my problem is I love sleeping. Like, I go to bed early.
Oh, yeah, it's a late night.
So I could take the class and it'd be awesome and fun. Really fun. Really, really fun.
Yeah.
But what would I do? Because I wouldn't go to open mic nights.
Well, there are some early open mics. There's some that are like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. But, there's some early ones. There's even some during the day on the weekends. Like, you can find ones that will work for your schedule. If you want to go to earlier ones, there are early ones.
Okay, that's good to know.
Like, there are definitely those in the 7, 8 o'clock range that don't go quite as late. Okay. But, there are some where it's like, Tuesday nights in Atlanta, for instance, there's like, I think 5 open mics back to back.
Goodness gracious.
Going from like the like 7 o'clock hour till like 11 o'clock is the latest one, and it's the lightning round. Okay. So, there are some nights like that, and then there's the 1 a.m. show. So, like, there are very late night shows as well, but there are earlier shows that you can always go do. And if you get there first and sign up first, you get to go first, then you can go home.
Well, I'm going to look into this.
You should.
Thought that the world was closed to me, but it's open, y'all.
No, it's a very inclusive world. There are still daytime mics even on the weekends. In normal times. Yeah. Right now, there's nothing.
That's going to lead me to the next question, but first I wanted to ask something that I forgot already. Good God, what was it?
It's okay.
Oh, it was not so much an ask, more of a commentary of, I do like the idea of, like, for an actor, really the only way that you can work in the craft is to get with someone else and then also get another person to watch that and give you feedback.
Yes.
So, at minimum, you're having to go and ask at least 2 people to, hey, help me work on this. Mm-hmm. But it sounds like with comedy, like, you go to an open mic night and it's kind of a way for you to build your craft in that way. And yeah, it's still more people, but...
Yeah, because you still need somebody there to tell you, like, yes, it works, no, it doesn't work, or try this, try that, and that's
but there's a system where you can just kind of get up and
just do it,
so to speak. And if you bomb, like, it's open mic.
Exactly. And open mics, it's low stakes.
Yeah.
It's low stakes.
So that led me to my second question, comedy during the pandemic.
Yeah, I haven't been doing a ton of it.
Like, so many things have moved virtual, and one comic was telling me, like, it's a good place filler.
Yeah.
Space filler, whatever. But it's just not the same.
Yeah, I did one show, and it was, it was okay on Zoom, and then I've done, like, another one that was a sort of non-traditional show, like an interview type, like, round table, and that was a lot of fun, honestly, just to, like, sit around and, like, shoot the shit with people on Zoom, who's not going to enjoy that, but they're hard, and, I'm not really seeking them out. Like, there was a festival that I got accepted into, the Lady Laughs Festival, and it obviously got canceled due to COVID, and they had an online festival, and I just, I'm not confident enough. I'm very rusty right now. I haven't done a show since March. There's, and there are a few outdoor mics that have, or not mics, outdoor shows that have started up, and so I've put my, my hat in the ring for some of those, and we'll see what comes of it, but, I'm still, I'm bringing my own microphone, and,
You don't even think about that, like,
staying away from
so
people.
Many germs.
Yeah, so it's like, it's a hard medium to keep going, just because, we handshake when you come on and off stage. Yeah. You put your teeth on the same microphone the person before you put their teeth on, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah. It's not only that, but it also goes hand in hand with being at a bar. And it's a very social thing, like,
it is.
And if you're not laughing together, like, yes, you are still laughing, but it's different via Zoom, where it's like, I'm laughing at this, but it's just me.
And that's the thing, too, is, like, you've performed sketch comedy live for, like, smaller audiences, and you know, too, that, like, if audiences are scattered throughout, people don't feel like they're laughing as a group. They feel very isolated, and people aren't as willing to laugh out loud. Whereas if you, like, cram people into a little space, like, even if it's a small crowd, they can make a ton of noise if they're all sitting next to each other. So with COVID, with the space restrictions and having to be spread out, like, you know, I'll be honest, I haven't been to an outdoor show yet. I was thinking of going one tonight, but with this rain. But, it's, I don't know how they're going. Everybody says they're good, but, I think also we're all just jonesing for a hit,
right? I agree. All of us are definitely jonesing for a hit.
Yeah, I just want someone to laugh at me.
Well, can we find any of your stuff online?
I don't share my stand-up online.
That's smart.
But if you're a booker and you're looking to book me, I'll send you a tape. But...
before we go, so also, you teach comedy writing.
I do. I teach sketch comedy writing.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell me more about that before we go.
So the same class that got me into doing stand-up, I teach sketch comedy writing through them. So I have a long history in sketch. I have worked with Critical Crop Top. I produce Black as Fuck with Jasmine Waters.
They're all amazing.
She's also in Black as Fuck.
Full disclosure.
But, and then we were supposed to be getting another group started up this year, but, again, COVID's pushed that off. But I've been writing sketch for probably about 6 years now, and I decided to teach. So I teach sketch writing over Zoom.
I love that so much.
And we had one round go already, and it was so successful. It was co-ed through laughlab. So men, women, non-binary, whoever you are welcome to take the class. And it's just fun. It was really exciting to, like, watch everybody come in, and there were some people that were, like, had never really written anything before, and then other people who were, like, kind of pros at writing, and then just watch everybody's skills improve throughout the class. And, like,
oh my God.
One of my students, actually, as soon as she left, she went and produced the sketch that she wrote.
Stop.
And, like, did it already.
Oh my God.
And it was so funny and perfect.
Wait, so did she record it?
Yeah, hers was mostly a voiceover with, like, images behind, so it, like, worked out perfectly for COVID. And then she had to shoot one scene that she just played herself, and it was great. It was really so great. It was Gabby Watts. She's fantastic. She's also another stand-up comic, and she plays in one of my favorite punk bands, Gabby Rotz. I'll just plug all her stuff.
All of Gabby.
But she's fantastic, and so it was just a great experience to teach the class. And we've got another round coming up September 10th.
Okay, that's in quite a few, just
a few days.
Yeah.
So there's still spots open as of this recording. And it's a 6-week class. We meet Thursdays from 7 to 10. And yeah, you guys will, by the end of it, your goal is to have at least one producible script, but you can write a new script every week. You can revise, you can, bring in what you want. I'm pretty freewheeling with it, but we'll go over, history of sketch, tools of comedy, just writing tools, how to sort of workshop something, start from a workshop position, get it all the way to the end.
I love it. And where can they sign up at?
laughlabcomedy.com.
If that's not right, we'll just put it right there.
We'll put it down here.
There we go.
Put it down here, because it's got like a /signup.html. I don't know. It's got a lot of stuff in it.
That sounds complicated.
We can put it here.
Right there.
Okay.
All right. I love it.
Yay.
All right. Well, go sign up right now while there's space left. What am I going to do? Okay, so that's...